Players are a recent addition to the Reason Rack, and unlike other devices covered in this series, are unique in that they don't make use of audio or CV connections, but rather internal MIDI connections. In that sense, players are basically MIDI effects that alter played or sequenced notes in creative ways. To add a player, just go to the Player category in the browser, and for now, let's choose the first device, the dual arpeggio. Players are dragged into the rack directly above the instrument and can't be placed anywhere else in the rack. They always have to be attached to an instrument. Alternatively, you could right-click the instrument itself, and then go to Players, Reason Devices, and select it from the list. Again, if we look at the back of the rack with Tab, you'll see that there's no physical connection between the two devices. The player will take any incoming MIDI and process it through dual arpeggio. Players can be stacked just like any other effect device by simply dragging new players above, below, or in between existing players. The order that you place players in is important, as it can mean the difference between arpeggiating single notes within a chord, as we're doing here, or arpeggiating the entire chord. To remove players, you can simply select them and then press delete. You may also notice that at the top of the player section is this slim utility bar. Firstly, it allows you to bypass all player effects, which is useful if, say, you had some pre-recorded MIDI material and you wanted to edit it without hearing the effect of the player. Next is Direct Record. By default, players are non-destructive real-time effects, and this means that your original playing is preserved and the players alter the MIDI data on the fly. Let's demonstrate this by dragging in a scales and chords, and then recording some single notes into the sequencer. So now you can see that the effect of the player has been printed into the MIDI clip. Direct Record also prevents players from processing MIDI that's already been recorded and only works on live input. Alternatively, you can use Send to Track. So first of all, let's turn Direct Record off, and again just sequence those single note progressions. Now if I press Send to Track, the player effect will be bounced into a new clip, the effects will be bypassed, and then the original recording will be placed onto a separate note lane and muted. You can of course reverse this at any time by deleting the printed MIDI clip, and then unmuting the original, and re-enabling the players. So now I've made my adjustments, I can Send to Track again and print the new MIDI. So I'll stop here for now, and when I return, we'll move on to the next chapter.